Hello. This is Nate P to 98, and this is my submission for the Earthbound Siege PK Tubin. I'm doing this mainly because I want to talk about how Earthbound has affected my life, and maybe many of your lives as well to introduce Earthbound into maybe people who don't know it yet. So let's get started. I'm going to play a little bit of music. I hope you don't mind. Let's see if I can actually get to my music. There we go. Earthbound fans will definitely like this, I'm thinking, and hopefully anyone else will like this as well. Alright, so in beginning to talk about Earthbound, one must talk about, well, where their video game experiences started. And for me, well, actually, my video game experiences started pretty young. I don't exactly remember why I got a portable handheld, otherwise known as the Game Boy, when I was, 8, 5, some really ridiculously young age. But anyway, I remember we were at the store, and the store manager looked at me and he was like, "Oh, hello there, kid." I'm like, "Hi." And we talked about getting the Game Boy, and he asked me which game I wanted, and he gave me the choices as either Zelda, which I didn't know then, but now I know was Link's Awakening, and Mario. And I had heard Mario's name before, and I assumed that, if he's that famous, I'll go for that one instead, because I had never heard the name Zelda before. But that's beside the point. So I got home and, I enjoyed it. It was an interesting experience. It took you into a different world as a different character, and eventually my gaming experience and my games grew as well. I got Link's Awakening. I also got Metroid 2, the Pokemon games, and all sorts of strange games for the Game Boy. And about then, it was more middle school, and I had found, interestingly enough, the game FAQs forums. And those introduced me to a plethora of other games that were out there. I found all sorts of platforms and other things, and the one that really interested me was this so-called SNES, or Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So, I actually managed to get my hands on one of those. I don't have it in this room, because I don't have it anymore, but I managed to get my hands on that, and managed to get my hands on other things as well. And I managed to find this interesting game with this interesting logo on it, entitled Earthbound. I'm like, that's interesting. There's an alien on this. Huh. And so I brought it home, and I popped it in. Of course, I had to clean, everything off, but that was okay. And from the first minute, I'm thinking, alright, so this is an RPG, okay. We've got your names, your characters, okay. We've got your food. Alright, that's a new one. Your favorite thing, alright. Sure. Then it starts me off, and I'm a young man in pajamas, waking up to hear an earthquake? Possibly? Something falls, and there's an earthquake. So I go outside. Of course, I have to get dressed first. And I enter this new world. A very strange-looking world. Now I know it's isometric, but then it was an interesting viewpoint. And all sorts of interesting characters kept popping up, and as you continue throughout the game, you find many different stories and many different characters, all telling you all sorts of things. Everyone has their own little lives they're leading. And there's a whole bunch of hilarious jokes and really weird recurring characters, like a photographer that falls from the sky, takes your picture, and then flies back up to who knows where. And it was really amazing. I mean, I must have played this game, I really couldn't tell you, hundreds of times. And everything, just, you had so much nostalgia, so much emotions in this game. And it surprised me. A video game that could affect really a whole bunch of things about yourself. And you notice all these people finally coming to Starman.net, and you notice all these people that it's affected, all these people that really have interesting humor and interesting stories to tell, but all of them are connected by one thing: this game. They all love this game. Everybody, it just affects everybody who plays it. And I mean, it's kind of hard to get your hands on nowadays, but it's still there. You can still get there. So I would definitely recommend you getting this game. I would totally recommend getting out there and buying it, getting it, playing it over. Just go crazy with that thing, because you'll definitely see things a little bit differently. You'll definitely enjoy this game. And I guess that's really as much as that I can put it out there, is that this game is just not only a game, but a story in game form. It's like reading a book, but you're the character. You're that boy, walking, going places, finding new people, meeting new friends, just having a tough but good time, and smiling whenever you can at anything, because there's still humor and hope left. And I guess that's really what it's all about, is hope. There's hope. Even today, when it doesn't look like there's much hope, you can always find hope in the little things. Humor, people, friends, anything, music. And that's really what it's all about, is just finding those connections. Having that hope, that feeling of emotion in you. And I think those who've played this game and those who hopefully will play this game can get that. And that's pretty much what I've got to say, is that you've just gotta keep hoping, gotta keep moving. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope maybe you'll do something and have hope and have friends and have some happiness with you. And really, I hope you have a nice day. Thank you for listening.